So I was looking at some top 20 or top 15 or some shit list of 2020 horror films. Horror films. And Shirley was on this list. And it stars Elizabeth Moss. It's on Hulu. And I was like, wait, I've heard of this movie. And Elizabeth Moss is one of the best actors working today, period. And I was like, okay, what? I gotta check this out. IMDb had it listed as like a drama thriller. And so I threw this on, like going, okay, is there any horror in this? Because this is about the life of author Shirley Jackson, who wrote The Haunting, which they turned into like, or I think the book is called The Haunting of Hill House, right? Yeah. Or the book's called The Haunting. They made The Haunting out of it, and they also made The Haunting of Hill House, so I get confused. I think the book is The Haunting of Hill House. I could be wrong, though. She also wrote The Lottery, and she wrote We Have Always Lived in the Castle. She was a very famous horror author. And so I think because she was a horror author, they have it labeled as horror, like, related? I don't know. But I can tell you that there's pretty much no thriller or horror in this movie at all. So for anybody who is, like, told that there's horror in this or something, there isn't. This is a drama, pretty much through and through. The only thriller aspects of it, so what it is it's, as I said, it's kind of a life story of Shirley Jackson, and she has a young woman and her husband come live with her, and Shirley's husband, who is a college professor, and he's teaching this young guy how to also be a college professor, and the woman who comes live with them, she takes on the role of taking care of Shirley because Shirley has like crippling agoraphobia. She doesn't talk to anybody. She's like mentally unstable. And through it, her and Shirley form this very unusual friendship and relationship. And, it's kind of an abusive relationship. Shirley is a very mean person, as is her husband. And it's really just kind of a character study of the dynamics between youth and, peers they look up to. Also, just the mistreatment of women back in this era, the social stigmas of the time, the expectations of what it was to be in certain social standings, the life of somebody who's famous but doesn't want that fame and doesn't want the attention. And there's a lot of things explored within the movie, and the movie overall is very good, and it's mostly very good because it's elevated by great performances, of course, the best being Elizabeth Moss, who just cannot seem to do any wrong. She seriously is phenomenal in absolutely everything, and I need to check out Her Smell. I actually started watching some of it last night after I watched this, but Umbrella Academy Season 2 dropped, and I've just been watching that all day. In fact, I'm going to go watch it as soon as I'm done recording this review. I wasn't even going to do this review because I know it's not horror, but it is on horror lists, and I just wanted to address it because I saw it on there. And it's not like I don't do non-horror on the channel. I absolutely have, and I will continue to do whatever the fuck I want to on the channel. But typically, I just wouldn't do a drama like this. I typically would do like an action or a sci-fi or something. I don't usually touch drama on the channel. But that being said, I just wanted to address it because it's on a couple horror lists, and I do not see a reason for it to be on there. Now, if you're a fan of drama and you're a fan of Elizabeth Moss and you have any interest in Shirley Jackson's life story or anything, stuff like that, I mean, it's not a great movie. I feel like it's just missing something, some kind of big moment, I think, is kind of what this is missing. Like, it culminates to not much for me, essentially. Like, when the ending kind of happens, I was very confused by something that happened in the ending, too. I was very, very confused, almost so much that I started to question the reality of things. And I was like, what the fuck just happened right there? So I'm a tad confused. I'd have to go back and re-watch or look at something again, or maybe watch like an explained video so I can be like, did I just see what I think I saw? Like, I'm not sure. But performances by everyone are solid. It's a period piece. It's very well shot, very well acted, very it just I don't know. It was just missing something. It was missing big dramatic moments. It was missing. Just there was it was just off something. Something was off. But man, just watch it for Elizabeth Moss alone. Period. I mean, if you're a fan of hers, the chick is just she's fucking like the Meryl Streep of our time or something. Like I think she's just that good. I think she's incredible in absolutely everything that she touches. So and she can play nuts like no other chick I've ever seen. Like when she gets that crazy look in her eye, it's she's fucking scary, man. I like her. I'd like to see her as a horror villain. I think she'd kill it as a horror villain. So, anyways, if you guys watch it, let me know. It's on Hulu. Check it out. Adios.